So we've got a Mercury Optimax here. This is the 3-cylinder, and we're just going to go through some servicing of this engine. So we're going to do the belt on top of the engine now. So obviously with this you've got to remove the cowling, and there's a little top cover that goes on here. Pop that off, just pull it off, and we can see we've got an alternator. This is the crankshaft flywheel. We've got a self-tensioning belt, and we have the air compressor. Now the air compressor works, the air comes in here through an air filter, which we're going to change, and it comes up into the compressor unit itself. There's nothing to service on the compressor unit. It's a self-sealed system. It is lubricated, so that's one of the reasons why you've got to use the good oil. There is coolant hoses running to it, but the only thing we're interested in for this is the belt. So to service the belt, I've got a new one here, serpentine belt from Quicksilver. There's the part number on there. And to change it, we need a 17mm socket.
So I made a slight error here. This is a self-tensioning tensioner, so the bolt doesn't have to be slackened off. On certain models, the tensioner may have to be slackened off to achieve tension on the belt.
I mean, to be honest, you could probably leave that tightened down. I haven't checked, but I've just taken a bit of the tension out of that bolt. I wasn't sure whether that bolt nips it in position. Not entirely sure, but I've just taken it off a couple of flats just to lift it, and then we can just twist it and we can take the belt off, and then it's just a case of refitting the belt. So I'll show you that now if I can with the camera, and like I say, it's quite self-explanatory. You just push that away, the tension comes off, and you're measuring your deflections sort of in this area, like 6mm deflection with the tension on. If you do it too tight, and some of the manual ones where you have to pull them in and tighten them yourself, if you put too much tension on, you damage the bearings because you're basically pulling it over to one side. So you don't want it too slack, so there's this slip. So like I say, we'll take this belt off now. So here we go. I'll just take the tension out of there if I can. It does recommend, well, you probably get a bar in there actually. That looks more like it. Yeah, you can get a 3/8 drive in there. Just take the tension off, and that belt comes straight out. We have the new belt here, and we can offer it up. Again, take the tension right off. Get this belt on all the pulleys. And we slowly put the tension back on. And what we're looking for is to make sure that all of the belt is in the groove areas, and then we re-torque that bolt down. So changing the belt on that, it's as easy as that. Like I say, you probably don't have to slacken that bolt off at all, but I did because I wasn't sure whether that bolt locked the tension in. So I've just re-torqued that bolt, and you can still operate that, so you don't have to slacken that off at all. I was wrong when I said you have to take a few flats off that. You're basically just taking the tension arm off there. So like I said, I've never done one of these before, and sometimes these are locked down. I didn't see the 3/8 hole until I'd slackened that off. So that's it for the belt, and now we're going to do the air filter that supplies clean air to the compressor, which is here. And we're coming down here, 3 bolts, I believe 8mm. Take them off, and I've got a new air filter which we shall put in. Right, so I've just got those 3 bolts out, and that back one in there is quite tricky to get to. And we can just take the cover off, and there we go, we see the filter there. Again, just another pleated filter. A bit dirty on that side, and we'll dispose of this. There's a Mercury part number on there, I don't know if you can see it. We'll dispose of that. I'll put the new one in, and we'll tighten it up. While we're here, we're just looking at the hoses as well, looking for any damage to them, but all these hoses are looking quite well. The engine's in quite good condition for its age. So we're going for the Quicksilver. There's the part on there. Again, it's just a pleated filter, nothing too special about it. And it'll go in there, 3 bolts on, and that is the filter and belt for the alternator compressor, all complete. So there we are, that's the cover back on. Little tip, because there's only 3 and they're quite small. They're going into plastic, like the top of the oil tank there. Just don't over tighten them because you will strip them out. Notice a lot of the fasteners or the components are either plastic or metal going into plastic. So you do run the risk if you go too much that you will strip them, especially if you're using a mechanical tightener, such as like electric ratchet. So just go steady because they are small as well, and it's just an air filter house. It's not high pressure or anything. So just be careful as you go. Let's say that's the top end done there. So we'll move on to the next. And just going back to the belt on top, if you were thinking of reusing it, just invert the belt so you can see the ribs, and just check all the way along the running face. And you're looking for cracks or basically material missing. This belt looks alright. It's been wearing, but there's no cracks, as in like it's been degrading or anything. So in reality, you probably could have used this belt again. It is a Mercury belt. It's not an aftermarket one, like one of the other brands you can get. So it is quite a decently built belt, but let's say it comes in the kit, so we've changed it along with the air filter.